que se puede, querer que se pueda, quitarse los miedos, sacarlos afuera, pintarse la cara, color esperanza, tentar.
Welcome back to Where There's a Will, There's a Way, Querer es Poder. We're in a show about educating, motivating people here in Santa Clarita, and this show is sponsored today by Carlos Villalobos Insurance. Bill?
Carlos Villalobos, let me just say one word on that. Auto, home, life, business, health. We insure your family's future. Carlos Villalobos Insurance. Look it up on the internet, look it up on Facebook, or call them directly at 661-255-8282. And, I'm glad you said where there's a will, there's a way, which is part of the name of our show, because we were talking with Vanessa and Scott Wilk. Where there's a Wilk, there's a way. That is so cool.
I love it.
Scott, before we took the break, we were just starting the conversation about why people should vote for you. I would like you to go back a little bit and talk about your community involvement.
Sure. It's going to be really interesting because when this new session, the legislature gets sworn in on Monday, December 3rd, because of redistricting and because of reapportionment, 45 of 80 members are going to be new. So it's important that we bring people up there with experience. And if you look at my background, I spent half of it in the private sector. Vanessa and I owned a vending company in the 1980s. We had a public relations firm, and in the last 6 years, we've had a public affairs firm where we've done, frankly, some major projects here in Santa Clarita. Helped Henry Mayo pass their 15-year master plan, so we're expanding health care access here. So, the NICU just came online last month, doubled the intensive care unit. The parking structure has now been built that has the heliport on top, so Henry Mayo can remain part of the LA County Trauma Center system, which is really important. Helped Westfield with the entitlement on the patios, worked on that particular project. So that's important in understanding business and the challenges they have in interfacing with government, particularly when it comes to regulation. Then on the public sector side, I cut my teeth actually working for Hunt Brawley when he was Chief of Staff to State Senator Ed Davis. In the 90s, I spent 6 years as Chief of Staff, first to Paula Bolin, who was the first woman to ever chair the Committee on Public Safety, and then to Congressman, he's a congressman now, but then he was Assemblyman Tom McClintock. And then I did 5 years, 5.5 years serving Congressman Buck McKeon as his district director. So I feel like coming into this, I've spent my entire career preparing for this moment. And I think it comes at a good time because we're going to be coming to a crossroads in California.
We're going to be replacing a lot of people in the Assembly. 45
out of 80.
And so we need some experience over there.
Absolutely. So you're going to lose institutional memory, obviously, and then just people who haven't done it before. The general rule of thumb is that if you've never done it, there's about a 3-year learning curve. I'm not going to have a 3-year learning curve. In fact, I've been really busy because not only am I campaigning, to get elected in November because I'm not taking anything for granted, but I'm also spending a lot of time learning the issues and meeting with various industry groups. So when I'm up there beginning day one, I can hit the ground running. So I'm going to be heading to northern San Diego County for a biotech tour, going up to Silicon Valley to meet with high-tech executives. In the middle of August, I'm going to trek up to Bakersfield and learn more about the oil industry. So I'm doing those type things now, so I don't have a learning curve.
So you'll be ready when the time comes?
Right out of the chute, day one.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're really preparing yourself.
Yes, yeah.
And Vanessa, how do you feel about it?
I don't think there's anybody better. I really don't. He really is just the right person at the right time for this position. It's funny because over the years people have said, why don't you run, why don't you run? And our children were small, and it's hard. You go back and forth to Sacramento and you're gone. But I think right now is the perfect time. Both of our kids are out of college. Our daughter just got engaged recently. Our son.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Our son just moved out. He's living in Rancho Cucamonga.
He moved out of the house?
He did.
Oh, congratulations.
He's been out for a while.
So I think we're in a good place for, I think it's just the right time right now.
Yeah, because you're up there Monday through Thursday serving, but then you got to come down and you need to interface with your constituency. You can't be a representative I don't believe unless you're talking to the people you represent. I know during the primary campaign, I called every single Republican voter in Simi Valley, every single one. Took me 8 weeks, anywhere from 2 to 5 hours a day, call after call after call. Even when I look at a phone now, I have a hard time picking it up because it was such a grind. But it's important to do. So
it's absolutely important
Yes.
to maintain contact with your constituents.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why we were so happy to have you on the radio show, because we want you to get your message out. Okay, we want you to get your message out. We're business people, and so we know that businesses drive the economy. Small businesses really drive the economy.
Absolutely.
We know small businesses are the biggest employers in the economy. And for the economy to turn around, before the large corporations hire, a lot of the small businesses are going to have to hire. And so we know and understand that. And we're supportive of that type of message. Right? We just love having you on the show, and we love the message that you have for us.
Thank you.
So thank you for being here, and I love that you're part of the team, that the husband and wife working together for a good purpose. So thank you for sharing that
Thanks for
with us
having
today.
us. We really appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
You're welcome. Now, thanks again, Patsy. Before we take a break, let me just ask you: do you like music?
I love music. I love to dance. I don't sing. I don't sing. I just host here with the microphone. That's all I can do at the microphone. But I like to dance, but I like music. I like to listen to good music.
I like music too. And I especially like good music. Okay? And you know, my generation liked good music. Your generation likes noise. Okay? and that's okay. I understand. Bryce's generation likes very loud noise. Okay? No, I'm dating myself. When we come back from our break, we're going to have Joao Junqueira, okay? He's going to be on our show, and he's going to talk to us about music, and he's going to play some music for us.
Okay, let's have some music.
I'm excited.
You're listening to your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
Hi.